First thing, I really would like to say thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And it's really important for us to have you here as a speaker here in the Ispe Latam. And I would like you to introduce yourself and talk a little about you, about your projects.
Wonderful. Hi, I'm Mina Tadrous. I'm an associate professor from the University of Toronto at the Leslie Dan Faculty of Pharmacy. My area of work is that I joke that I'm interested in drugs and data, and if it has to do with both, I probably like it. Most of my work is actually exploring how to use data to better answer policy-related questions around things like how safe and effective a medication is, how often we use it, and how to use data to solve problems. So most recently, we've been spending a lot of time thinking about sustainability of systems, drug shortages, and how safe are some of the newer medications that are coming out. And that's what we spend most of our time thinking about.
Okay, the first question is, what are the main challenges and opportunities in use large real-world data to evaluate drug safety and effectiveness, and how can this analysis influence more effective health policies?
You know, I think there's been a lot of work that's been done in this space, and so it really depends on what you're trying to do. So one of the biggest challenges, especially in Latin America, is probably data infrastructure. Getting buy-in from data vendors and people who own the data to be willing to share it. Magical data or really good data is powerful when you link it, but that means you have to navigate privacy, you have to navigate governance. Those are actually the bigger challenges than methods and data themselves, and I think it takes sort of a political will and investment by decision makers to build that up. But once you do and you overcome that challenge, then the power and the impact of it is really amazing.
Yeah, thank you. The second question is, how can post-marketing surveillance combined with advanced data analysis can contribute to faster and more evidence-based regulatory decisions?
Yeah, so that's a really big question. So what we're seeing happen in the drug space right now is we're getting more and more new drugs. We're also getting drugs that are more rare. And so the clinical trials and the classic way of measuring things aren't filling the gaps completely, so we need new evidence to support them. We also know with health technology assessments and making better decisions about value, we need to find new evidence and data that helps inform those things, and they're coming in at really high drug prices. Not saying that they're not worth it, but how do you know the true value of those drugs without knowing how they work in the real world? And so by, again, investing in the infrastructure to be able to do that, what we can do is integrate that RWE or real-world evidence generation into decision-making, and when you combine those two, you make better decisions faster and smarter.